Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Radhe. The impersonalist means Mayavadi declare that Brahma form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no Shakti, and they say that his Shakti is only manifest in his Ishvara form. This is a completely wrong conception. The Shakti of Paratattva means the ultimate spiritual truth manifests in all of his forms. For evidence, the Shvetashvatara Upanishad says, न तस्य कार्यम करणं च विद्यते न तत् शमस चाभ्यधिकश्च दृश्यते परास्य शक्तिर विविधैव श्रूयते स्वाभाविकी ज्ञान बल क्रिया च. Meaning, none of the activities of that Parabrahma, Paramatma is mundane, because none of his senses, such as his hands and legs, is material. Thus, through the medium of his transcendental body, he performs his pastimes without any material senses, and he is present everywhere at the same time. Therefore, no one is even equal to him, what to speak of being greater than him. The one divine potency of Parameshwar has been described in Shruti in many ways, among which the description of his Jnana Shakti, knowledge potency, his Bala Shakti means power, and his Kriya Shakti, potency for activity, are most important. These are also called Sat, Chit, Ananda Shakti. For example, in Brahma Samhita it is mentioned Ishwaraha Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Now, regarding Bhagavan's Maya Shakti, means external potency, Shvetashvatara Upanishad says, Chandamsi Jagyaha Kratavo Vratani Bhutam Bhavyam Yachya Veda Vadanti Asman Mai Srujate Vishwam Etat Tasmins Chanyo Mayaya Sanniruddha. Meaning, Paramatma, the super soul, who is the master of Maya Prakriti, means the deluding material nature, has created all the teachings of the Vedas, special yajnas, such as Jyotishtham, that are performed with ghee. Ghee means clarified butter, or various types of brata, fasts, sacrifices, penances, and everything else in existence in the past, present, and the future. That is the entire world whose description is found in the Vedas. The Ishwara of Maya has created all of this, and the Aja Jivas, Aja means eternal, Jivas means conditioned souls, bound by his Maya. The Vedic mantra Parasya Shakti mentioned earlier explains that there is transcendental Shakti in even the higher stage of the Paratattva. The personal appearance of that Paratattva is called Bhagavan, and the Nirbishesha manifestation is called Brahma. Nowhere in the Vedas is the Paratattva described as being without Shakti. What is called Brahma is a manifestation of Paratattva, and this Nirbishesha Brahma is also manifested by Parashakti. Therefore, there is spiritual potency in Nirguna Nirbishesha Brahma as well. In some places in the Vedas and the Upanishads, this Parashakti means transcendental potency is called Swarupa Shakti, means internal potency. In others, Chit Shakti, and elsewhere it has been called Antaranga Shakti. Actually, there is no such Vastu, means object, as Brahma without Shakti. It is simply an wild imagination of the Mayavadis, means the blind followers of Shankaracharya's philosophy Advaita Vedanta. In reality, the Nirbishesha Brahma is beyond the limited conception of Mayavadis. The Sabishesha Brahma has been described as follows in the Vedas: Ya eko varno bahudha shakti yogad varnan anekan nitartho dadhati. Shvetashvatara Upanishad 4.1. Meaning, although he has one color, he assumes several colors, means moods or bhavas, by dint of his personal Shakti. Many colors, that is, various types of potencies, exist within him. Indeed, the whole world has its being in him, for he is its creator. Again, Shvetashvatara Upanishad 3.1 says, Ya eko jalavan ishata ishanibhi sarvallokan isata ishanibhi, meaning he is the Ishvara of the whole world. He is one without a second, and he is the Lord of Maya, which is like a net, means jal, in which the jivas, means conditioned souls, are ensnared. He regulates the entire world by his Aisi Shakti, means divine potency. So, my dear viewers, please listen very carefully. The purport is that Maya Shakti is a shadow of Chit Shakti. So, the variegatedness found in spiritual activities is also reflected in the workings of Maya. The variegatedness seen in the Maya Shakti is an inferior reflection or shadow of the variegatedness found in Chit Shakti. So, although these two types of variegatedness are apparently similar to each other, they are actually completely opposite. Superficially, a person's reflection in a mirror appears the same as his body. However, with careful examination, they are seen to be exactly the opposite. For one is the body and the other is its reflection. The left hand appears on the right side and right hand on the left. The left eye appears on the right side and the right eye on the left. Similarly, the variegatedness of the spiritual world and that of the material world appears superficially the same. From a subtle point of view, however, they are opposed to each other. For material variegatedness is a distorted reflection of transcendental variegatedness. Therefore, although there is some apparent similarity, they are nonetheless different in essence. The independent Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Advaya Jnana Paratattva, Krishna, who works by his own sweet will, is the controller of Maya. He is free from any Mayic transformation, and through Maya he fulfills his purposes. In Isha Upanishad, Mantra 8, it is stated, Sa prayagat chukram, akayam avarnam, अस्नावीरम शुद्धम अपापविद्धम कबीर मनीषी परिभु स्वयंभूर या अतथ्यत अर्थान वेदधात शाश्वतीभ्य समाभ्य, meaning that Paramatma is omnipresent and pure. He has no material form, but he has an eternal transcendental form, full of knowledge and bliss. His body has no veins or holes and is beyond all designations. He is the primeval sage and poet. He is omniscient and he appears by his own sweet desire. He is situated on the highest platform and he controls everything throughout eternity and engages all others in work according to their qualities. There is a beautiful sloka in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, Slok number 29. It says, Athapite devo padambujadvaya prasad lesanugrihita eva hi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno nachanyo ekopi chiran vichinvan. Meaning, O Lord, one who attains even a little of the mercy of your two lotus feet can comprehend the essence of your spiritual glories. Others cannot realize the essential truth of yourself, even though they may keep searching for you for many years through jnana and vairagya. Jnana means knowledge and vairagya means renunciation. Now we will discuss briefly what the Kali-yugi Pakhandi, Pakhandi means hypocrites, so-called Hindu religious gurus who have established their own devilish religious cults all over the world, teach their equally blind and stupid followers. They teach that when a fraction of the conscious Brahma, the all-pervasive aspect of the absolute truth, is covered by Maya, it becomes the Jiva. They explain that the sky to be always indivisible, but when a part of it is enclosed in a pot, it becomes a pot of sky. Similarly, the Jivatma is constitutionally Brahma, but when that Brahma is covered by Maya, the false ego of being a Jiva develops. Now, please listen carefully. This doctrine is the most impious Mayavad philosophy. How can Maya touch Brahma? The Mayavadis means impersonalists purpose that Brahma has no potency. If potency is supposed to be non-existent, how can Maya, which is potency, possibly approach Brahma? Conversely, if we accept the transcendental potency, means Parasakti of Brahma, then how can Maya, which is an insignificant Shakti, defeat the Chit Shakti, means spiritual potency, and create the Jiva from Brahma? Moreover, how can Maya be assertive when she has no independence, potency, and will? Brahma is indivisible. So how can such a Brahma be divided? The idea that Maya can act upon Brahma is not acceptable. Maya plays absolutely no role in the creation of the Jivas. Admittedly, the Jiva is only atomic, but even so, it is still superior as a tattva to Maya. So this doctrine is completely wrong. Now, another Pakhandi guru teaches that the Jivatma is nothing but reflection of Brahma. Like the sun is reflected in water, and similarly Brahma becomes Jiva, means conditioned soul, when it is reflected in Maya. My dear friends, Brahma has no limit, and a limitless entity can never be reflected. The idea of limiting Brahma is opposed to the conclusion of the Vedas. So, this theory of reflection is to be rejected completely. Now, I will give you another bizarre example of the teaching of these fake religious gurus. They teach that in reality there is no substance known as Jiva. One only thinks of himself as a Jiva because of illusion. And when the illusion is removed, there is only one indivisible Brahma. Now, my friends, please consider this theory carefully. According to Shastra, Ekam Eva Aditiyam, there is nothing apart from Brahma. If there is nothing except Brahma, where has illusion come from? And who is supposed to be in illusion? If someone says that Brahma is covered by illusion, then he is no longer describing Brahma but something with defects. And if he proposes that illusion is a separate and independent element, he negates the non-dual nature, means Advaita of Brahma. So, Advaita Vedanta, the teaching of Adiguru Shankaracharya, is completely wrong. Now, I will give you one last example. Some foolish impersonalist and Buddhist gurus teach that the Jiva creates everything in his dreams, and it is because of this that he enjoys happiness and suffers distress. Then, when the dream breaks, he sees that he is nothing but Brahma. To these foolish religious cheaters, I want to ask, if Brahma is undifferentiated, how can it possibly produce the Jiva and his dreaming state? The Mayavadis use examples such as the illusion of seeing mother of pearl in an oyster shell as gold, and the illusion of taking a rope to be a snake, but their philosophy cannot provide a consistent basis for non-dual oneness, means Advaya Jnana. All these arguments are simply straps of illusion. The fact is, the Jivatma, means conditioned soul, is an eternal servant of Supreme Lord Krishna. That his eternal nature is to serve Krishna, and that he is now bound by Maya because he has forgotten that eternal nature. This understanding is shared by all types of Vaishnava Acharyas of the four Sampradayas. Sampradayas means spiritual universities. Although the Jivas are non-different from Krishna, they are also eternally different and separate from him, because they have their own minute particle of independent desires. Therefore, the Jivas' difference and non-difference from the Supreme Lord is an eternal truth. This is the special feature of the transcendental realm. So, liberation means to be released from the clutches of Maya. Only those who have the association of self-realized Vaishnava devotees attain this liberation, but the real subject of research is the glorious position that one receives after attaining liberation. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 10, Slok number 6, Muktir Hitvannatharupam Sharupena Vyavasthitihi, meaning the Jiva in his original constitutional form is a pure servant of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When he falls down into the darkness of nescience, he has to accept gross and subtle material bodies. Liberation means to abandon these extraneous forms completely and to be situated in one's original spiritual Swarupa, means attaining one's constitutional position. Mayavad, the philosophy of impersonalism, cannot be found anywhere in the Vedas. Mayavad is covered Buddhism. This is an extremely inauspicious theory. We read in Padma Purana Uttarakhanda that Mayavadam asat shastram prachannam bauddham uchyate mayeva vihitam devi kalau brahmana murtina, meaning in answer to a question by Uma Devi Parvati, Lord Shiva explains, O Devi, Mayavad is an impure Shastra. Although actually covered Buddhism, it has gained entry into the Aryan Sanātan Dharma, disguised as Vedic conclusion. In Kali Yuga, I shall appear in the guise of a Brahmana, means Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya, and preach this Mayavad philosophy. Those people whose character is Asurika, means demonic, will leave the path of devotional service, means bhakti, and take shelter of Mayavad philosophy. Thank you very much for watching this video. Har Har Mahadev, Hare Krishna.